Hi everybody, Lori here for Simon Says Stamp. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a fun, colorful graphic project to share with you using the Nested Leaves plate that just came out in the Be Bold release with Simon Says Stamp. So here is the Nested Leaves plate in all her glory, and I knew as soon as I saw it that I wanted to inlay about a bazillion pieces of solid color cardstock. I just had it. I had the bee in my bonnet and I had to give her a go. So first I'm going to die cut the panel out of some white cardstock. You can use any white cardstock. What I'm using here is Hammermill. I love Hammermill. I buy a bunch of it, and so that's why I'm using it. And there you have it. Use that place and pierce embellishment wand to pop out all the innards. Now for all the little pieces and bits and baubles and doodads. I have a bunch of solid color cardstock scraps. And so I thought I divided, see how there's like rows? They're like rays that come out from the nested leaves. And I'm going to do each like row or ray in its own color family. So this one here is going to be 2 shades of red. And so for every color family, there's going to be 2 tones, a darker tone and a lighter tone. So here we have the darker shade of like aqua and then a lighter shade of aqua. Is it excessive? You bet your bottom dollar. And by the way, I'm using the Anna Griffin Impress die cutting machine. I've had it for a couple months now, and I don't know how I ever lived without it. I do have my Spellbinders Platinum handy because I like to use it for certain things like, foiling and sometimes I feel like I might get better results with that with embossing, like dry embossing. But other than that, I love that Empress, especially for stuff like this where you can lay them all down. I mean, you can do this on any die cutting machine. But I do love that magnetic little thingamajiggy. And so that's my 2 cents. Okay, so I'm just die cutting away here. Like I said, every row gets a light and a dark. And it's a lot of cardstock. A lot of it's Simon Says Stamp. Some of it's Concord 9th. And other than that, could be anything. Who knows? Hero Arts, maybe some Spellbinders. It's just a mixture. I have all the little slivers. I don't throw a single thing away unless it's like unusable. I throw it all in this drawer. I have a solid color cardstock scrap drawer, and I rifle it all in there, and then I pull it out. So a lot of times I'm not really sure about brand, but I can kind of tell certain colors are certain brands. I do know that. Now here's a card base out of some Buttercream, which, by the way, side note, Simon Says Stamp has the line Rainbow Splash. The Rainbow Splash color line with Simon Says Stamp has some Buttercream cardstock that is absolutely delicious. And I love it with a white on a buttercream or a buttercream on a white. Either way you go, it's like a match made in heaven. Okay, back to the card. I should probably tell you what I'm doing here. I took a panel, same size as my die cut panel with the Nested Leaves plate, and I covered it in tape runner. You could do whatever however you want to make it sticky. You could do these with liquid glue or whatever, tutti flute, score tape. And then I'm just inlaying the pieces here. But here's where I realized I had done the wrong row sticking down. I should have done, see, when you're die cutting and then you go to inlay it, it's actually going to be reverse on the reverse side, if that makes any sense. So now all my end pieces that have those angular, they're not matching up. And that's because I started gluing things down in the right spot. But it's all going to be okay. I'm going to have to go ahead and re-die cut those particular pieces, but that's all right. We're not stopping now. We're too far in. And the cat's crying. I don't know if you can hear that, but Frankie, our little tabby cat, is sitting at the window right outside and just crying at me, like crying till the cows come home. And we have a cat door. My husband put in a cat door. We had to put in a cat door because Frankie would come to your bed and stand on your chest at about 4 or 5 in the morning and just cry and cry and cry because he wanted to be let outside. And I said, that is enough. I cannot take it anymore. Something's got to give. So we put in a cat door and he just goes in and out all day. Is that good? I don't know. But you know what? It's actually not even my cat. It's my son's cat. And I feel like I can't be held responsible, even though we've all kind of fallen in love with him and we spoil him terribly. Okay, for a sentiment, I'm using the Let's Party with some matte gold cardstock and a little vellum for the shadow backer. While I was blabbing away about the cat, you can see I inlaid all those pieces. The rainbow goodness and the two different shades, so it kind of starts dark and gets lighter as it goes out, really gives that dimension, kind of draws your eye. It's happily hypnotic. Now, I die cut the matte gold and I went ahead and did two more out of white cardstock, and I'm going to stack them up with some liquid glue. I'm using Barely Art. I like it because that precision needle tip, but you know, I've been watching Jennifer McGuire and she always uses the Gina K that she puts in the little tiny bottles, so I'm tempted to try it, you know, but I gotta say, I haven't had any complaints with the Barely Art, like no complaints here, but now I feel like I need it. Whatever Jennifer does, I feel like I should try. You know what I'm saying? Okay, held that down with an acrylic block. Now here's the strategic part. I like to do foam tape. You know why? Because dimension is life. It's totally optional, but I do like it. You have to be strategic that when you place the little slivers of foam tape, you don't, let it show through the vellum. Okay, and then I added some little, this is like sparkling clear confetti, and they got the 3 different sizes. I'm using the place and score wand. So you have the place and pierce wand and place and score wand. They're both by Simon Says Stamp, and I constantly get asked, what is that tool you're using? You got to have both, the place and pierce, place and score, and I'll make sure and have those as well as everything that I used in this video linked in the description box if you're watching on YouTube. So let's party with the nested leaves plate. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.
Hi there, I'm Heidi, Simon's mama and founder at simonsaysstamp.com. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like what you just saw, be sure to press the thumbs up and subscribe to see more great content.